Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Civilization 3. My name is Bloodbath169, and thank you for joining me on today's video. In our last episode, we mostly just worked on expanding our empire. We're most of the way through the Middle Ages now, and um, going strong, but infrastructure is, of course, starting to lag behind a little bit because we do have a lot of empty spaces between cities. That is a hazard of big expansion. And we're still going to be expanding, at least a little bit. We have this whole area up here, where as you can see, we have settlers moving in. But the main thing that we are after, the crucial thing that we are after is this right here, and that is iron. That's more important, especially now that we are fixing to enter the industrial age. So, and also there's a bunch of gold, always good for money. So, without further ado, let's get to it. We have, what's her name, from the Byzantines. Sorry, Theodora. Apparently there's people near Sardica, wherever that is. Okay, university. You're going to go ahead and do your temple. Why not? Marketplace. University first. Okay, they've finished their temple, and that's all they can actually do here. We don't want to worry about building barracks because we're about to get Sun Tzu's Art of War. So we definitely don't want that. Because we could smack a city down right here and it wouldn't interfere with anything. Guess if we have an extra, that might be what we do. Okay, so you all has not been hooked up yet. We need to hook up these cities right here. And then this city to this city. What do you have here? We've got that. Okay. Clear that. Troops will move automatically. Oh, I did have a settler and... my bad. Temple and a hoplite. Wherever that was. Oh, they were trying to cut through instead of doing it the easy way. Okay, do your courthouse, that'll help with the corruption. Okay, so with the completion of Sun Tzu's Art of War, we now have a barracks in every city. University. The palace is really coming along there. Okay, we don't care about the Knights Templar. We really don't. Wow, again with this. Alright. Second worker. Okay, another temple. Now we're going to do the bank there. As you can see, we're doing very well as far as income goes. We now have over 100 gold per turn. Really established once you get the infrastructure to really back it up. Income actually really does shoot up, almost literally. It's really quite amazing how fast it does do that. What does this provide? Incense. So Montezuma is demanding incense. No. I don't really care if you're annoyed, dude. Nothing gives you the right to just waltz in here and demand my resources. That's not how that works. Magellan's Voyage. They can start Newton's University since they're already built up. Coliseum's going in, another bank. Let's come down here to our capital, actually. That's what I figured. We have a lot of happy people, but we need to allow them to actually grow. Okay, so clear that. Smack a city down. I think we can disband him. Starting to get some We Love the Kings celebrations. I would call that a win. Okay. Slowly but surely making progress. Alright. They're maxed out, so let's do the aqueduct. They did their hoplite, so that's our first settler. Okay, so this settler has arrived on point. They've taken these two spots. We've got a settler coming up to this area somewhere. If we put him down right here, he's out of the way. Let's make sure that we know where he's going, actually. And got these guys over here too. So let's smack you guys down where you're not going to interfere with any other growth. Unfortunately, where we can put you down, where you can also get these resources, is going to interfere somewhat, or be interfered with, I should say. But you're going to go right here to activate these guys, because I would say that we have stretched that about as far as it's going to go, almost to the breaking point. Alright, temple, cathedral. Let's do the aqueduct so that it can continue to grow. Bank. Let's see, there's our second worker here. So then we do library. Go down. This settler pair, let's actually bring them down here. And we'll smack them down right here and do a city there. Okay, so I just ordered them to go to here. As far as expansion goes, let's go ahead and Fortify, move them right to there, and we'll fortify them in place. Alright, metallurgy, that means we've got 2 more left in this scenario. Completed JS Box Cathedral. What does that do? Decreases the number of unhappy citizens on the continent by 2 per city. Oh, that's always going to be a win. Keeps people happy. Let's do a temple. University. Coliseum. And that, by the way, for those of you who may have noticed it in our last episode, I keep calling it Coliseo. That's force of habit. And force of habit from playing a lot of Assassin's Creed. One of my favorite series, and hopefully one that I will be able to do for you guys eventually. You may also be noticing my voice is a little bit raspy or gravelly today. Not sure what's going on because I'm not sick. Throat's not sore. Maybe I'm just being blessed with my usual variety of luck. Wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so let's go ahead actually and clear the forest around there. They need a lot of food. You guys are going to fortify. And the explorer is done, so let's disband him. Okay, bank, and they are ready to do wealth. One thing we're going to do at the outset here, we're going to look, where would we want to smack down? We have our capital, which is right here. So we'd realistically want another capital somewhere around probably Eritrea. Maybe. They planted a city there. That's alright. Okay, so they planted a city there. That foils that. They need to get out of here. So that's about as much as we're going to be able to expand, which is fine. But as far as our Forbidden Palace goes, Athens is right here, and it's powering all of this. So we want it to be a good distance away, and it's going to power this whole northern area. Corruption relief-wise. So I'm thinking either Tegia, maybe Mytilene. Could do Marathon. I think Marathon's going to be our win. Okay. Temple. University. Okay, let's check Sparta at the end of this stream because it is not growing, which tells me that something's holding it up. Sure, let's add the buildings between the buildings. Hoplite, hoplite. Yeah, I didn't think that through. They're gonna interfere with each other right here and right here. It's alright. Not really, but I hear that's something you're supposed to say. Troops will move automatically. Who's in your area? Oh, them. Okay, my bad. Alright, so military tradition. We don't have access to saltpeter, so we do not get we will not be getting cavalry as of yet. But we do get military traditions, so if and when we get saltpeter, then we get access to cavalry. Okay, so there's that. My bad, Theodora. My bad, Shaka. It's because they're morons. It's totally not because I told them to do that. Let's do the harbor for you. Aqueduct for you. Alright. You have a shield. Okay, and there's their fortify. Road. Road up here. Road. 9 up there. Almost ready to put our last city down. Alright, so we have the temple, do the cathedral. Got a bank, do a temple. Got a hoplite, do a worker. Expand our palace again. Okay, we have this Yahoo up here. Okay, that's what happened. They smacked the city down right in the way. Alright, well, that happens. Let's go ahead and move them down here. Okay, we have food, so let's do irrigation here. This is going to have, it has to be irrigation. We'll put you up here. Oh, that's an itch. Irrigation. Anyway. Temple. Hey, we just entered, with the discovery of magnetism, we have entered the industrial era. So, what's the big picture here? Well, we have one number one thing we're going to aim for, and that's going to be electronics. Now, that may seem like an unusual choice. There's a defensive unit up here, there's factories, there's even hospitals which would allow us to grow bigger. But we get a couple of things on this track that are very important, actually. We get steam power, first and foremost. We also get medicine, which opens the door to sanitation. We get electricity, which allows us to irrigate anywhere, even without a water source. Scientific method, which gives us 2 free technologies when we research the wonder there. Atomic theory, and most importantly, electronics. Now, electronics is very important for one very simple reason. If you look, you won't be able to know what this is necessarily, but here we have the wonder Hoover Dam, and we have hydro plants. Hoover Dam is a wonder that gives all cities on the same continent the benefits of having a hydro plant. Why is this important? Well, as soon as you hit the industrial age, almost everything starts producing pollution. So, you have to take into account that with all that pollution, well, things like factories, they're polluting. And if we were to go straight for industrialization, all we'd get is factories and coal plants. Now, coal plants are only helpful if you have coal, which we don't know that yet. Until we research steam power, we won't know. But steam power is the big reason why we also needed iron. Because if we have an iron source, we can start putting in railroads. Replacing all our road systems with railroads makes everything more efficient. Magnetism rendered the Great Lighthouse obsolete. And because we are a scientific people, we automatically received a technology, it looks like, and that it looks like to have been, it appears anyway, to have been nationalism. Okay, you have your seconds, so you're going to do not Forbidden Palace. I didn't click Forbidden Palace. Forbidden Palace is down here. I clicked Library. Sometimes. Another worker. And one final worker. Not that. That. Okay. And I wonder, can I tell them to get out of my territory? Cool. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Okay, so next turn, I forgot it that turn because I had to go run an errand deck. Naturally, it always happens when I'm recording. I mean, that's of course when it's going to happen, right? Okay, so let's send you there. Clear that, clear that, mine that, clear that. Irrigation. Let's go ahead and clear that forest. Irrigate that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and send you to there. I forgot to upgrade me. This is the hazard of being me. I get caught up in what I'm doing and I forget what I'm doing. The literal definition of being absent frickin' minded. For those of you who do experience it yourselves, pretty sure you can figure out how absolutely irritating it is. And I forgot it again. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Okay. These will be, almost will be, our final set of workers. Alright, let's shift. You upgrade 56 total hoplites to riflemen for 2,520 gold. And that's everybody because you do not need resources in order to upgrade. So there's that. One final thing we're going to do this turn, we're going to open up our advisors, domestic advisor, and we're going to increase our scientific spending significantly. Now we're already ahead technologically speaking, but it never hurts to increase your lead. And a big part of that's because we are playing on Chieftain A, and we are also playing on with enhanced or accelerated production turned on. That does make a difference. Let's clear that. Make sure this is not going to interfere with anybody. It appears that that's a nope. It will not. And we're going to upgrade you. And there's our final city. Alright, we just finished Newton's University. That doubles our scientific development in this city. Next time Marathon comes on, I need to do the Forbidden Palace there. Let's do a galleon. We'll send a couple of galleons out and have them start exploring. A lot of We Love the King days, that's always a good sign. Do our library. Ditto here. And libraries are cheap for us. They're cheaper than temples for us in this playthrough because we are playing as the Greeks. The Greeks get an advantage to building scientific buildings because they are a scientific culture, according to the game, at least. This is Delphi. Do our cathedral. Courthouse. Alright, so now we have discovered steam power. We're going to do 3 galleons out of Knossos, or at least one other. We'll do another galleon there. Let's do our Colosseum. That is our second worker, so on to the library. And let's actually go ahead and we'll hurry production on the library. That way we can get this gold or our iron under our control ASAP. Let's clear that. Irrigate that. Clear that. Road that. Explore that. Clear. Alright. Inca have requested an audience. Sure, Pachacuti will give you a territory map. Okay, you're ready for an aqueduct. Oh, trust me, buddy, I don't need that. Let's do a courthouse. You to here. Now, this is the other benefit to having done so much worker building, like building up our worker supply, because now our workers are truly a wave of bodies, and they will continue with the addition of the industrial age workers now work faster, which is always a benefit. On top of that, I had a really good point and then it left the building. I'm sure that's totally not a sign that my brain is fried. Totally. Anyway. Clear. Just remember the point. So, the thing is about doing all this worker buildup is that as a direct result, once we've finished expanding, it really does speed our growth so much, because as you can see, we're not doing every single tile yet. That will eventually happen, of course, but in the meantime, we have this wave of workers that are coming up and completing all these tiles around all these cities and then connecting them to the other cities so that they can benefit from the resources that fall within our territory. So you're always building up, always building. You never stop expanding in that sense. Byzantines request an audience world map. Well, sure, have a world map. We now have scientific or electricity, which I believe means yes, we can now irrigate without the need for it to be near a fresh water source. Certainly a good thing. Okay, switch you two to wealth. I have my 3 explorers. I'll go ahead and do wealth. Courthouse. Let's do a temple. Alright, now we can get that iron under our control. Oh, they're working on aqueduct, okay. Zulu requested an audience. They want chivalry for education. Well, we're not going to get chivalry otherwise, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Lincoln's offering printing press for music theory. That's fine. Scientific method. So, you go ahead and start theory of evolution at 60 turns. University. This is just a connecting spot, so let's do roads. Oh, we got more than one source of coal, so that's a good thing. You have no thing there, so there's that. let's send a few workers back here and look for areas that needed irrigation but could not be reached with it. Thessalonica has quite a few spots. Alright, so we've got you guys. Maya. Territory map? Sure, why not? Cathedral, alright, wealth it is. Temple, university. We'll put roads on that, roads on that. Pants on the ground, pants on the ground. Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. House. You did your rifleman, we need 2 workers here. Make sure that that is not a, nope, it's not, okay. So you're actually going to come down here and complete this area. I'm going to irrigate the crap out of you. We're probably going to go one more turn. Sure, you can have contact with the Zulu, why do I care? That costs me literally nothing. I mean, I don't know why you had to threaten me for it, but, you know, nation state, smile and nod. We'll do a mine here. Okay, so this is going to be our final turn of this episode. Ugh. And we're going to get to electronics in 5 turns, but that won't happen in this episode. Okay, so we'll start the second row on there. Rows that. Mine that. Road. Send you down here. Mine. Irrigation. Okay, everybody. I think that's going to be enough for this episode. So, thank you everybody for joining me for this episode. This is Civilization Part 4, if I hadn't already said that. Thank you for joining me for today's episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you have any feedback. I'd love to hear it. And other than that, feel free to check out my other series on Fallout New Vegas, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and Age of Mythology, all pretty decent series and games in my opinion. Of course they are, since, you know, I made them. Anyway, but yes, thank you everybody for joining me for today's episode, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!